Hello, everybody. This is Pastor O of Living Tree Church, and I'm so glad that you could join us. Let me ask you a question. How persistent are you? You know, when discouragement comes your way, do you feel it's time to press on or time to resist? Do you feel like moving on or giving up without a fight? Well, my friend, nothing in life is worthwhile. Nothing ever happens in life without faith, endurance, and energy. You got to keep on pressing on. It's not about giving in. It's not even about giving up. It's really just about giving it to God. You know, I like what Paul says in Philippians 3, verse 13 and 14. He says, one thing I do, he says, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead. And then he says, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. You know, the dream of Paul was to serve God in all of his capacity, in every which way, no matter what trouble life brought, no matter what challenges, no matter what resistance stood against him, he was willing to be where God wanted him to be. You see, life is about that. You know, when God gave you your life, you're like a sculpture to him. And what he does is he begins to chip away those things that are no good for you, those things that are going to detract from you, those things that are going to be hurtful to you. And what he does is he only chips away to the degree that those things are going to be beneficial to you. You see, he doesn't just hit the chisel with the hammer once and suddenly every part of your life falls in place. No, it's a step-by-step process. It's a day-by-day process. It's a moment-to-moment. It's a test to a test, a struggle to a struggle. Every bit of life is part of it. You see, he keeps chipping away and hitting away until he perfects the person that he has called you to be. My friend, let God do what God is going to do. Let me tell you something. You're going to end up living the true life, the worthwhile life. You're going to end up living that impossible life that he's wanted you to live, because God really does want what's best for you. Don't let any challenge, any experience deter you from where God is taking you. Remember that God has never, ever failed you. Remember that he's been there even when you haven't. There have been times in our lives when we have walked away from God, and yet God has never walked away from you. Remember all the tough times. Remember all the good times. Remember all the ugly times. And then remember that he's been there too. And that's what Paul decided. Paul said, you know what? I came, I saw it happen, and I'm now pressing on. I will not let anything deter me. I will never give up. I will always press on. You see, your past, your present, your future, it's not about giving up. It's not about giving in. It's about pressing on. And that's what God did. That's what Paul did. He totally relied on God's grace. The fact, is that really we're just ordinary people with an extraordinary amount of determination. That's the people who never give up. That's the people who rely on God's grace. That's the great people that you know in your life. Sit down and talk to them sometimes. Listen to their story. Listen to what they've been through. Many times it will surprise you. Sometimes some people don't ever share a thing about their life, about their struggles and everything that they've been through. But when you sit down and you listen, when you understand that how they got to where they got to, you really begin to respect them. You really begin to marvel at how they have gone through life and still have a smile on their face. Let me tell you, when other people don't care, these kinds of people care. They never quit on you. They never get tired of you. They never get tired of looking after you. They never get tired of encouraging you to keep on keeping on. They never get insulted. No matter even if people insult them, no matter if people try to push them around, then even when people try to threaten them, they just get stronger. They're trying to teach you something. They're trying to teach you the same. They're trying to teach you to never give up, but to always press on. My friend, just keep relying on God's grace. Keep depending on Him. Life is not easy, but you got to keep on going. You got to keep doing what God has called you to do. There is a greater purpose in life for you. Remember, He is the author and the perfecter of your faith. He is the one that has promised you victory. He is the one who is faithful and true. He is the rescuer, the redeemer. He is the restorer. Never give up. Keep pressing on. Again, my friend, if you like this, hit us a like. If you love this, please share. This is Pastor O. Thank you again so much for joining us. God bless you, and press on.